Good afternoon. I'm going to be making this pop-up box using the free stamps that you can find in the Creative Stamping Magazine issue 40. The first thing you will need is an A4 piece of card. I've got Centura Pearl here, and then along the bottom I'm going to trim off 1.5 centimeters worth, and you need to then sew that piece because we're going to be making our tabs from that. I'm going to do some scoring now. So have it landscape, and then we're going to score at 7 centimeters all the way down. And again at the next 7 centimeters. Seven centimeters again, and another last 7 centimeters. Okay, we're turning it this way, and then we're going to score 8 centimeters in for the first 3 rectangles only. So it should look something like that. We're going to create a tab out of this to stick it all together. So get 2 scissors and just cut in like that, and then in again here. Trim this off. Then you will need to use some red tape here, and you need to also trim these. Use your bone folder to make some nice sharp crease lines here on each one, and then across these larger ones. With the excess strip that we trimmed off at the very beginning, we're going to score at the 1.5 mark, then bring it up to then score 7 centimeters from that last score line. Again, bring that up to 0 and score at the 1.5 mark again. If we trim it there, that makes 1 tab for your pop-ups to stick onto. I'm going to make another one of those. I've taken some ultra sticky adhesive tape and stuck them to my tabs and stuck them in like that. There you go. So it's now ready to decorate. It's up to you how you want to decorate your box, but I've decided to do some pattern paper on the inside, a bit inset from the edge. This is actually 62 millimeters across by 72 millimeters down. You can measure it by eye if you want. Just Just going to stick that last panel in there. And then for the back, my panel is 67 by 197 millimeters down. I'm just going to place that inside. So. Now it's time to use the stamps that come with the magazine. These are them here. I'm going to use these ones here, stamp them up and colour them in. Now if you don't have an acrylic block, I use an old CD case cover. I'll stick that on the top there. I've got my special paper for stamping and colouring, and then you want to use an ink pad that you can colour over. I've coloured in those images. I'm going to back those onto a heavier weight card and then cut them out. So I've cut all those out, and I've put a bit of red tape on the back there, the ultra double-sided tape, just on the back of the larger pieces. I've also stamped out the tool belt directly onto brown textured card, and I put some red sticky tape there, ready to put onto our acetate tab. Now the strips I've made about 1.5 centimeters wide, and you want to put some, always use red strong tape there, and you can stick that in behind your tabs, position where you'd like your item to go. So I'm going to be using 2 tabs for this one, for the tool belt to stand up there. I'm going to go ahead and do that, and you then trim off any excess acetate strip. There you go, and that's the start, and you just carry on doing that. Remember to select different heights for your objects to go on. To finish off the front of the panel, I'm going to use the toolbox stamp that comes with the set in the magazine. Stamp straight onto that grey card. Take that off and cut out the dad stamp that's also in the set. Stamp that up. And stamp that in the centre there. And then all I have to do is cut that out and put some foam pads on the back. Foam pads on, I'm just going to stick that to the front. And there you have it.